Plenary resumes in both chambers of the National Assembly after suspending sitting on Tuesday in honor of a member of the House who passed away. In the upper chamber, the Senate President reads a communication from President Bola Tinubu.
The Appropriation Act Amendment Bill 2024 seeks to amend the Principal Act to provide the sum of 3,200 billion only for renewed hope infrastructure projects and other critical infrastructure projects to be undertaken across the country, and the sum of 3 trillion only to meet further recurrent expenditure requirements necessary for the proper operation of the federal government, expenditure which are to be funded by expected revenues accruing to the federal government of Nigeria.
A debate then ensues on the Finance Act Amendment Bill, which contains some new provisions for taxation.
I think that we should be very cautious when we are imposing taxation on citizens of our country, because we are managing a depressed economy. Even these banks now, as we speak, are all running around to meet up the recapitalization policy.
I commend the executive and I want to commend the leadership for facilitating that we deal with this matter expeditiously so that the president can get going and companies involved in infrastructural provision can have a renewed hope, and in the end Nigeria can see that they lost one and they gained two. I am completely in support that this second reading be passed so that we can deal with this matter and conclude it whether this week or no later than next week.
Section 30 of the proposed amendment bill seeks to impose a 50% tax on realized profits from all foreign exchange transactions of banks within the 2023 fiscal year. In the lower chamber, after the Speaker reads the communication from the President, the House goes into a closed-door session for about 45 minutes. When the doors are flung open, both bills are passed through second reading without any debate. At the close of plenary, the chairman of the Appropriations Committee explains the details of the amendments sought by the President.
It's called budget adjustments. So existing 2024 budget we are going to consider and amend so that those important critical projects can be executed by the president. But I think Mr. President, want to consider, from based on what he has said, I think from the discussion with the level, so I believe the money is not enough. So that's why they are bringing about 3 trillion to consider so that our civil servants and everybody can be able to access the money.
Like the Senate, the bills have been referred to the Committees on Finance and Appropriations to report back in 2 weeks.